Yeah.
First time in my life. It's like the Holy Spirit poured through me. I read a book and I cheated. I used Adderall, right?
What book was it?
Read that motherfucker,
the
though.
first book I read was Morals and Dogma, 1,000 pages from the Grand Wizard, like, you know, KKK,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not KKK. Well, some people say he's, but he's called a Grand Wizard, like he's a genius.
Yeah.
Albert Pike, the Pope of Freemasonry. There's a statue of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I go through his book, impossible to read.
Mm-hmm.
I do it 10 times.
Damn.
Yeah. And
It's just like the wording, like it's just like very.
This is like their Bible, the bad guy's
right.
Bible.
Okay.
And then I go through all the other books. And then basically I'm traveling the world for 8 months. Fuck my girlfriend. Then she'd stay poolside and I'll just go through audiobooks or just read.
Mm.
And I'm so sick of Netflix and all this shit.
Yeah.
I just wanted the truth and I'm obsessed with power. You
Yeah.
can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what do these powerful people do? And I found out they enter psychic cosmic consciousness states through meditation.
Yeah.
And it's like almost a hallucinatory where they hallucinate.
Yeah.
Right? They can actually tap into like that third eye or whatever.
Yes.
And then even if they were never instructed painting, they can do a Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
And these are devil contracts, really,
Holy.
with like the 33%, the 33 degrees, 33% of demons that fell from grace with Lucifer. And so this guy at the top of evil predicts all the world wars, right? This Albert Pike guy. And that freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
But we're not taught about this. Then the more I read, the more I realized, holy fuck, magic is real, but it used to be called occult sciences. And apparently a human is a germ flying through billions of invisible impulses that crisscross him. So if you have one drink of alcohol, that'll lead to coke, whores, it'll get worse.
Yeah.
Because you open that portal.
Yeah.
And these people, the Queen Elizabeth does not learn the science we learned about amphibians and gay shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they actually learned?
What's that?
If you're depressed, your diurnal bioelectromagnetic pump, you know, your heart,
Yeah.
Right.
it weakens, so you get sick faster. If you're depressed, you
Yeah.
catch more colds.
No, yeah, no, it makes sense because I mean I was talking about this slightly on like the last podcast. Depending on what vibration you are on, you know what I'm saying, is what your reality is going to reflect. So it's like if you're in a depressed state, obviously you're on the low part of like you say the vibration scale. So everything you attract is going to be bad. So that makes sense that you said that, you know.
Yeah, so I was like, every science book I read is bullshit. What did they learn before? We learned chemistry. They learned alchemy. And they said it's earth, fire, air, water. What is the earth sheath? Your earth aura, flesh. Then water is reproductive fluids when you come. Then fire is emotions that move you into motion, your soul, your astral flame.
Yeah.
And then the one that everyone fucks on, air, is the mental plane that can be actually attacked by CNN and other thoughts, can make you a vegan, can make you cut your dick off. And it's like the airplane is where everyone fucks up. But if you believe in God, right, that's in the emotions and motion, you master the mental.
Yeah.
And I just want to master my mind. I would read their psychology because I didn't want just regular psychology.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck, these guys know shit that we don't. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I don't want Alex Jones shit. I want someone who actually read it. And I really looked for channels. No one talked about it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll read it and repackage it. And everyone's telling me, don't, you're never going to make money doing this. And I didn't. I was like at 400 viewers.
Yeah.
I could have got 2,000 viewers with a chick, but I would just want to talk about this stuff.
Right.
When I found out all this stuff, I was like, did you know that you're actually supposed to have rituals every day of how to guard your mental? You're not, if your mom calls you negative shit or your girlfriend and you have a podcast day, never pick up that call.
Yeah.
Ever tell them you're busy, because they actually affect 20% of your income.
Yes.
And for some reason,
It's so
you
true.
hold on
It's
to it
so
for
true.
weeks. So your mom will affect your paycheck for weeks. And it's so easy to imagine your ex-girlfriend texts you some toxic shit when you have a big day on Joe Rogan or something.
Yeah.
So I started getting really selfish with my time. I cut out everyone out of my life. I made the most money I've ever made.
As you should.
And
I fuck with
really,
that, man.
I'm glad I didn't go with that science fucking textbook that I learned with. But one thing always stuck to me, and we're going back to that Christ thing. All of it is reverse engineering the Bible. These Freemasons don't care about Islam. They don't care about Buddhism. Buddhism's actually Freemasonic. The way they, like, if you think about it, Siddhartha, if someone's getting R-worded here, he's in the middle path of his karmic cycle, so he just keeps walking.
Right.
Only Christ will help the lepers or someone who's hurt. And so I looked at all these other religions,
Mhm.
and they're all connected to Masonry. And then I started panicking, and then I found out, did you know Christianity was at the four corners of the earth? It was everywhere. They tell us Indians didn't have it. That's not true. Everyone knew what it was, and it's the only thing they'll attack. The Muslim channels are promoted on the algorithm, Muhammad Hijab and stuff. Even if they critique Israel and stuff, the Christian channels get nuked in the algorithm. Christianity is being attacked from every angle. You can burn down a fucking church and whatever. So I was like, whoa, if everything's attacking the cross, and Carl Jung, the greatest psychologist of all time, who practiced with witch doctors in Africa, snake, serpent worshippers, that's how he became famous. They taught him occult sciences of how to enter that trance state and write a good book. He said, because Freemasons say signs and symbols rule the world. And if you don't think spellcasting is real, put a swastika on, walk in a synagogue, and see what one spellcasting does to the public. Everyone will freak out, right?
Hey,
so,
John, I do not mean to cut you off, but like honestly, this is a great conversation. But the whites are watching. You know what I'm saying?
The whites?
You know what I'm saying?
So, no, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah, you don't know facts, because I've talked about this type of shit before, and like they have immediately took my shit down. Like, so it's like,
I want to do it on mine, so I'm not going to do it here. But check this out. What I'm saying is, all these books attack the cross. And so that made me go to the cross, and then because the prayer worked, obviously. But I need it. I need faith, because I've noticed there's a lot of YouTubers who have millions, and girls, they have everything except respect. And then when you look at Malcolm X or some badass, they always link to faith. Right? They always have some tie, you know? So
that's dope, man.
I'm about to nuke the shit out this.
Right. I just felt like these niggas were about to hit us with a lightning strike on this fucking
no, it's because the number one question I get, the number one thing they say is, please talk about this stuff. And I'm like, am I gonna really waste it on someone else's channel? I'll let you guys do it here. The worst thing I could do.
I mean, we could talk about it
comedy.
Off camera.
It's all comedy.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I wish we could talk about that type of shit, but the whites don't like it.
I'll admit I'm the worst Christian on earth. I think you guys already saw a bit of that.
There's a lot of bad Christians out here these days.